So this may sound surprising if you're, let's say, a new believer, but actually, not just the world will ask you nasty questions. Not just the world will, sort of slap you in the face and say, so is your God really so great? It's not just the world who will do that. Actually, the church can do that as well. And maybe you didn't know that, maybe you have already met it. And the church will ask you, is this real? It's not a nice thing, I would say. It's not a pleasant thing, but it is something that happens to us. In Philippians 4, verse 2, Paul speaks about two women in the church, Euodias and Syntyche, and they apparently they were having some trouble and just being nasty with each other, and even Peter in 1 Peter 3, 8 and 9, he says, be of one mind, have compassion towards one another, love as brethren, be pitiful, be courteous, not rendering evil for evil, railing for railing. So like he's also saying, these can happen in the church. And when it happens, when someone is having a bad day and they come at you full speed and they just smack you around, hopefully only verbally, but even so, then you say, is this really something okay, and here comes the question. So what have you done with the Word of God up till that point? Because if I choose to be unfed by the message, if I choose to be unfed by the Bible, what will happen is that it's going to be ineffective. Well, even without these questions being sort of radically and challengingly asked, I can get bored with the message. If I am unfed, I will get bored with the message. I will get bored with the Christian life. I will start believing God doesn't really have anything for me. We mentioned Demas yesterday from 2 Timothy 4:10, and it could be that this is what happened to him. He just started believing that God has nothing for him in the future. But then, if God doesn't have anything for me in the future, then I have to find someone else. Well, the world says they have something for me, and then I choose that. And this is nuts. This is crazy because God is amazing. He could challenge your mind any day of the week, and twice on weekends. He can stir your heart all your life, every day. He can kick me in the butt when I need it, and he's wonderful because he's the best and most ready friend that you will ever find. But I can just say he's this pitiful little person who really cannot do anything and cannot answer anything. It's my choice. It's my decision. Will I allow him to have power and let him stir me? And will you let him stir you? Will you let him challenge you? Will you trust him enough to accept his answers for life beyond your answers for life? And I encourage you to do so, because only when you make the Word of God great, only then can God have that effect in your life, where you are not going to be bored with the Word of God, where you're not going to be fed up with the Word of God, where you're not going to start thinking like, God doesn't have anything for me, but you're looking forward for the next thing that God has for you. And I wish that for you. God bless your day.